Hi guys, I'm super pumped. I'm getting ready to get my first Devacut for curly hair, and I'm going in St. Louis, and check out my hair. This is me having not done anything to my hair except get up and wash it and I conditioned it, but no leave-in conditioner or anything. So check out how long it is on top. Usually I have it layered, and how curly it is on the bottom. So the bottom is super curly and the top is super straight. So I'm gonna see what kind of transformation they can actually give me today with my new cut. It's called a Diva Curl cut. So let's check it out and I'll be back. Okay, so here I am getting my first Diva Curl cut. And this is my stylist from Curl Sanctuary in St. Louis. And her name is Jessica. She was awesome. So she is just checking my hair out, talking to me about the length and what I'm looking for in a cut. One of the main things about a Diva Curl cut is that the hair is cut dry. So this allows for the curl pattern to be seen, how the hair actually lays when it's dry, instead of pulling your hair straight and cutting it just straight across or whatever, because then that doesn't really make sense, because then the curls just bounce up, and some bounce a little bit higher than others, and some are tighter than others, so they tend to spring up a little bit higher. So she is right now sectioning my hair off and taking the sides and bringing them forward and just seeing what I have underneath there. And then she's just going to cut the sectioned off pieces just differently and at a different rate than just cutting it all at once. So she does pay attention to each section of hair and goes over in great detail the way that it lays. Okay, so here is going to, when it cuts to me, I'm going to explain something. When I was at the salon, Jessica was like fantastic, ready to be on camera, and it was terrific because I just got to video her performance and her cut on me. But the girl that was washing my hair and doing that process was not so much a fan of the camera. So unfortunately, a lot of the Diva Curl cut process is in how you shampoo and cleanse or condition your hair, and the products that are used on your hair. So that is a big deal. I didn't get to film that. So I have practiced at home by now, and I have done this several times, and I did watch the video, and she actually recapped everything that was done in the shampoo bowl by the girl that was shampooing my hair, which I don't blame the shampoo girl at all. Not everyone wants to be on camera, for sure. So no big deal. I did a short video of myself performing the cleansing and the shampooing and the conditioning and the process that happens in the shampoo bowl, so that we don't miss out anything. Okay, so here I am in my kitchen sink, and I'm going to review the process of the cleansing and conditioning of your hair during your Diva Curl Cut experience. The shampooer will get your hair saturated with water. And when I say saturated, I mean like dripping wet, saturated, so that when you bring your head up, the water is just running off your hair. So saturation is a big, important thing because your hair needs to be very hydrated. So I'm getting my hair as wet as I can. Now, what I first am reaching for right here is the Diva Curl No Poo Original. It's Zero Lather Conditioning Cleanser. And this is, you'll see how much I used right there, a pretty good chunk of conditioner. And I'm rubbing my scalp because the scalp is where you're going to need the most cleansing. And you need to really get in there and dig on your scalp, because you're really loosening up any dirt or anything like that that needs cleansed, and really rubbing and digging on your scalp pretty hard. And then you just want to take it through your hair and make sure that it's evenly distributed, and it won't lather very much. And I want to tell you, at the very beginning of the shampooing, they did use a buildup buster from Devacut product that gets out all of the gunky, anything that you have that's not water soluble in your hair. So like anything with silicone or anything that is a product that you've used that has buildup. They get that out first, just to not prevent the curl or not discourage curl. They try to get everything out of your hair that would prevent anything taking its natural state or not wanting to curl up on your hair. So then as you put that in, you just rinse out and take that through the ends of your hair. You're just doing the rinsing process now of that conditioning cleanser. I really like it that they don't even call it shampoo. They call it conditioning cleanser, because the whole Devacut cut is all about hydrating your curls. I had no idea. I knew my hair was dry, but I had no idea how much importance was placed on the products used, and the products, I guess, in particular that you don't use or shouldn't use, and just how saturated your hair needs to be when you're applying these products, so that it's evenly distributed into your hair and that it just scatters throughout your hair. The water just hits it, and the product just breaks up and scatters through your hair. So it's a really important process. There's the Devacut No Poo Original Zero Lather Conditioning Cleanser that I was putting on my hair here. And then I'm just rinsing that. Now that you have that rinsed from your hair and your scalp is cleansed, you are going to, I'm reaching there for the Devacut One Condition. This is a daily cream conditioner, and you apply a pretty good amount of that as well. And if you can see, I'm rubbing that in, and I'm starting about midway down from my scalp and then pulling it through to my ends. Now, this is important because the ends usually are the driest that you have in your hair, because the oils from your scalp don't always go all the way, make it all the way down the curl pattern to the ends of your hair. Your scalp might be oily, but your ends are extremely dry. So I'm pulling that through, I'm raking that through my fingers, finger combing my hair, and I'm eventually going up, to the scalp, to the roots, just to make sure that I get a little bit of hydration all over my hair. And then if you feel like you need it more distributed, you can run a little water, make sure it's very saturated. You want to, when you pull your head back, you want to make sure that your hair is like sopping wet. You'll be able to run your fingers through it, like I said, if it's evenly distributed. And look at that curl pattern. So it's really, really nice. And it gets all the way to the ends. And your hair, if you're using this conditioner, it feels so soft and so wonderful. And the amazing thing about this process that I wasn't educated on, okay, and right here, let me interrupt myself. Right here, I'm doing what they called noodling to my hair, and I'm finding the curl pattern and then separating the curls. So I'm taking the strands and I'm putting groups of curls together. So I want curl pattern and I want them to be defined. So they are taking groups of curls and placing them, making sure that the curl pattern is in one group. So it separates everything and has a nice definition to the curl. Okay, when I'm squeezing my hair right here, you're squeezing it and it should make a squishing sound like a new sneaker kind of. And that just ensures that your hair is saturated enough. And so it definitely is. I can see it dripping. And then I'm basically done with the shampoo and the cleanser, rather, and the conditioning aspect or process of this experience. Okay, so now you've had the opportunity to wash and condition your hair. So now you've flipped back over and your hair is still dripping wet, okay? So, and you see all the curliness to the hair. So then while it's still dripping wet, you're going to use the Devacut I have the Archangel Gel Define and Curl. And so you take an amount, and I have in my hand this much. I don't know if you can see that amount. Probably a few quarters worth. So you get it all over your hands, and then you're still going to try to section out your hair before you apply this. And you're going to start maybe midway, and I'm going to do this right side up, but you're going to flip your hair over and do it. And just add this to those curls. And as I showed you before, the way that you separate them into like curls so that they group together. And then you're going to apply this gel all over your curls. And when you see a curl that kind of looks frizzy or out of place, you're going to take a group of hairs that are bound together and try to incorporate that hair into that group. So you see this little portion of hair right here? You're going to maybe take this group and put them in there. So there's no longer a frizz there. So you're going to do this to each section of the hair, run this gel through there, and it's still dripping wet. So when you are flipped over, I'm kind of just going to do this quickly because if you were flipped over, then you would have a better opportunity to kind of reach those hard to reach places, and all of it would be distributed evenly. And while you're flipped over, you're going to squeeze and scrunch the moisture out of your hair. So you can hear that squishing. You want that because you want to know that there's enough moisture in there, and there surely is, because it sounds like wet sneakers. So then this is when, after you've taken the gel, and if you need a little more to reach the back or anything, you can get some more. And then when you've got this done, you're going to take a microfiber towel, and Devacut does have one of those if you want to purchase one from Devacut. But you want to take a microfiber towel because those tend to be a little bit softer on the hair, and so the terry cloth is just a little too rough and absorbs too much of the moisture of the hair. So you can then scrunch your hair or pat your hair and just squeeze if you want, and that continues to have those curls, to encourage the curl shape actually. So you want to scrunch it while you're squeezing it out. Okay, so, and I believe that the rest of the process is on my video at the actual salon that I went to. So I'm going to sign off right now. Waiting it out under the dryer. Okay, here it is all dry, and Jessica is just making some last minute tweaks, or just some final touches rather, on my hair. And so she's just trimming up some bangs and seeing how my hair lays after it has had a chance to kind of be encouraged in the curly fashion.
That dry place. I put my clips in before I ever leave the bathroom. I heard you say you have a little. As soon as you open that door, like, that one wants to eat, the dog wants to go out, he's wondering where his laundry is, you know, whatever. Like, life starts happening to us. So get these clippies in before you ever leave the bathroom, okay? And then, yeah, girl, air dry. If you want to use the hand dryer, you can. Let me do a quick, I'm not going to put actual air on it, but let me do a quick tutorial with the hand dryer.
Okay, so
So again, diffusing is going to be about 75 to 80% of the way dry. Okay, how do I know when it's 75? When it starts to frizz.
Okay.
If you're on this side and it starts to frizz, you're done with that section. Move it someplace else. If you're here, and you're starting to notice those little bit of flyaways, you're done diffusing.
Okay.
Okay? So with this, it's wonderful. It blows air out of both sides here, okay? And so you can just get in there, and I mean, you can just go from underneath, but if you really want to get lift on top, section out this, like, from the fall of the head down, leave that down, and you can get in there and get some lift with it. It's also really nice for going right over the top of your clips.
Okay. Awesome.
And then, again, this back of the head, like sometimes I'll get like flakies back here if I don't dry like for a long time. So just being able to get those roots dry, you're not as concerned about the ends. Just in general, you shouldn't be as concerned about the ends. They dry faster anyway. It's this. It's this.
Where you want lift.
This that you want to get dry with the hands. So really nice. I love this thing.
Awesome.
Okay.
Do you have one of those to sell?
I do. It's on the shelf up there.
So what do you think? I want you to leave some comments and let me know. Would you do it? Would you not? I want to show you how different your curls look. My curls look so much healthier and they are really bouncy. And really, I've gotten so many comments, so many compliments about how healthy my curls look. So this Devacut has made a huge difference in the way that my curls are so curly and so healthy looking. I have followed her advice and direction to a T, and it was pretty darn good. So I really appreciate it, Jessica. And like I said, girls, she's from Curl Sanctuary in the St. Louis area. I would check her out. If you're a curly girl and you've never had a Devacut, it's time for you to treat yourself and get a cut from someone that is a specialist in curls, because your curls and your hair, you girls are worth it. I hope you'll like my video and click subscribe, and above all else, keep rocking those curls, girls.